Have you ever felt like you met the perfect person, but it just ended up not working out, and you were left blaming yourself? Well, sometimes it's not about you. It's all about the taxi cab theory. So, let's talk about it. So what is the taxi cab theory? Well, the idea is simple. It's saying that people are like taxi cabs.
Taxi! Taxi!
They only commit when they see the light on. Think of it this way, a taxi cab with its light off that's driving on by isn't taking any passengers, no matter how much you try to wave at it. It doesn't matter how perfect you are or how great things seem. If their light isn't on, then they are not emotionally ready for a relationship.
Not yet.
And with that being said, if their light is on, then they are ready. And so timing is everything. And today I want to explain why their readiness or lack of readiness isn't about you. And if you stick around, then you'll know exactly what you're looking for when it comes to dating and why it's not your fault if they're not ready. And let's be real, most of us have been in this exact spot. It's not new. You're seeing someone and it seems great and it seems like it's going in the right direction, so then you hint at something in the future and that's when they hit the brakes. And you're just left wondering, like, what did I do wrong? And so here's where the taxi cab theory comes in to save your sanity. Just like a taxi, when the light is off, some people aren't ready to pick up passengers, aka a committed relationship into their lives. And no matter how perfect you are, if that light's off, you're off.
I think I'm falling in love with you.
What?
Okay, so what do? How do you handle it when someone that you're really into isn't ready for you? Let's break it down. So the first thing that you have to understand is that it's not about you. The taxi cab theory explains that people are only ready when their light is on. They're only emotionally ready when that light is ticked on. And the crazy part is that the readiness doesn't have anything to do with you or how great you are. It's strictly down to timing. So the next time somebody isn't ready to commit, don't question your own self-worth. Instead, ask yourself the question, is their light even on? And here's where things get interesting. Because if their light is not on, you could be the most amazing person in the world, but they are not looking for a relationship. And more importantly, they are not ready for one. But here's the upside. When their light is on, it doesn't matter how many red lights you hit along the way, they're ready for you. They're ready to commit. So what do we do with all this knowledge about this theory? I think the light on and being ready to commit is an obvious one. You can figure that one out. But here are the key steps that you need to take when you realize that someone's light is not on. So I made a list for the what now moment. 1, recognize the signs. If you're feeling that this relationship is stuck, I want you to really pay attention to their actions. Are they keeping things casual, or are they avoiding setting future plans that are more than 2 weeks away? Or are they getting distant when the topic of commitment comes up? Those are all big clues that their light is really off, even if they don't say it. 2, don't wait around. Here's the thing, waiting for somebody's light to turn on is a game that you will lose 9 times out of 10. Don't waste your time waiting and hoping that they're gonna flick that switch. You have your own journey to take. 3, detach from the outcome. If somebody isn't ready to commit, it's not a reflection of your worth. Let go of the idea that you need to change them, change who they are, change the moment that they're at in their life, and change if they're ready or not. The right person will be ready when you are. And 4, move on with confidence. Don't settle for someone whose light is off. You deserve somebody who's ready to pick up and take you on a journey. And when you find that person, you'll know, it'll be clear, it'll be straightforward, it won't be confusing, because if I was to give any advice on any type of love, is the right type of love is not confusing. You won't wonder why. You won't wonder if. You'll know. I've been there myself. I've dated somebody that I thought was perfect, but no matter how much I tried, the commitment was not there. It was like hitting a wall over and over again, trying to get a result. Put a hole in the wall, but nothing came back. And then I realized that their light wasn't on. They weren't ready. And I say this, but I also need to include that I've not been ready in my life as well. That there's been points when my light has been off and I didn't realize it. I was trying to push through, trying to convince myself that I was ready, even though I definitely knew I wasn't. But I was always thinking that, okay, maybe I'm just gonna find this person that's gonna make it all right in my life. But it had nothing to do with anyone else. It just had everything to do with if I was ready, and I wasn't. And I've been in situations where neither were they. And the moment that I stopped trying to turn on somebody else's light was the moment that I was able to free myself and realize that I should find somebody that is ready instead of forcing somebody that isn't. So now I know you might be thinking, what happens if after I move on, their light comes on? Trust me, I'll get to that in this video. But first, let's talk about the mistakes that we make when we keep trying to date somebody whose light's off, right? So here's the harsh truth. Trying to get somebody to commit whose light is off is like standing in the middle of the street, waving down taxi cabs that are no longer in service. Who's picking you up? No one. You're gonna have to go order an Uber. Or for all my Canadians out there, if you're playing hockey and you get a penalty and you're trying to convince the ref that you didn't do what they just called you on, I wish you the best of luck. It's never gonna happen. And I know all of that is frustrating and it feels personal, but I promise you that it's not. And one of the things you can do is, you can think of it this way. At least you're not stuck in traffic with someone who's just wasting your time. Better let them drive away and wait for the next cab to come that actually has their light on. So whether you believe in the taxi cab theory or not, I think the takeaway from all of this is that timing matters in relationships. If someone isn't ready, it's not a reflection of how great you are or how bad you are. It's just that their light isn't on. So focus on finding somebody whose light is shining bright for you. Somebody who's ready to pick you up and go on a journey together. And if you're still wondering what to do when their light turns on after you moved on, let me tell you this. You're not a backup plan. If they weren't ready when you were, you owe it to yourself to find somebody who is. Because remember, you deserve a partner who is excited to take the ride with you, not someone who's off duty. So stay you, stay beautiful, and I'll talk to you when the right cab pulls up.